Warning: we are not Japanese, so if we mispronounce any names, we do apologize in advance. This podcast will discuss, in many details, many adult themes that is not for anyone under the age of 18. If you are easily offended or do not want to hear people discuss topics involving sex, taboo topics, and other adult activities with harsh language, you have the option of turning the podcast off now. You have been warned.
Hey everybody, it's a weird way to end a weekend as of this recording. If you haven't heard by now, Chadwick Boseman has passed Friday night due to stage 4 colon cancer. Like the doctor said to Johnny Sack, there is no stage 5, which is very amazing. I didn't know he had colon cancer. Maybe I did. I just completely forgot about it. I found it amazing that somebody brought it up on the Twitter page that he's been doing it. He had it for pretty much all throughout, since Civil War. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how many movies outside of Marvel he did during that time frame or within.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't remember. I know he was diagnosed a while ago and kept it pretty under wraps. Pretty much the only people that knew, I believe, were like his family and like the people he worked with. Yeah. Was not mentioned a whole lot. Basically because from what I understand, he really didn't want it to be, because that's not what he wanted his image to be about.
Right. So. Yeah. So it's a dark day.
Yeah. Tragic.
It really is.
And it definitely probably isn't my place to say anything, but he was a huge inspiration to the black community.
Yeah.
He as someone that's white, it's very obvious that he made probably an entire generation of kids realize that they do matter and they can be superheroes and things like that.
Yeah. Not to mention all the biopics that he played.
Yep.
Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, or vice versa. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
He was a judge. Jackie Robinson, James Brown, mm-hmm. and now T'Challa. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is.
That's really all we can say about that.
As such, I hate to be that guy. I really do. Now what? What is? I had his name in my head. The big producer for MCU.
Crap, who is the producer? I know the main director is Jon Favreau. He's like the main director. I can't remember the main producer on it.
I'm pretty sure you guys are yelling at us.
Yeah, you guys are like, you're all stupid. It's so easy.
Kevin Feige.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah. So at this point, I don't know. Does he just scrap 2?
Yeah. Do you just not include Black Panther anymore?
And then if he says, I'll leave it up to the director, and does he say no?
Then the issue with that is Disney steps in a big way.
I don't think they will.
I really think they would.
If they do,
in a good way or bad way, I don't know. Maybe not even Disney's that tasteless or heartless to be like, fuck it, we'll just get a new one.
That's what I mean.
I don't know.
I say they the only way I could say is find a way and then step back.
Maybe they do an Iron Man thing where it's Tony Stark's out and now technically Spider-Man is going to be Spider-Man/Iron Man in the MCU kind of situation. Maybe they find a way to pass the torch to a new Black Panther.
Well, the only way I could see this happening is in the comics, Shuri gets it.
Yeah, that's probably the only way they could really go with it.
Disney will look at it as hey, we just got your first black female.
Yeah.
Yeah,
leading cast member type situation instead of supporting, but
that's the only way I can see them
trying to continue the Black Panther character in the MCU. Yeah, they'll probably do something like that.
I can't see them recasting.
What I don't see them doing is just rebooting it and being like, oh, by the way, here's another Black Panther movie, and it's starting all over again. It's
the only way I could see that happening is unless they what is it called? not arcs. Sagas. Like,
doing like a new saga for it or
yeah,
something like
I'm like, the only way I can see that is unless Secret Wars happens, like the new Secret Wars.
Oh,
that
like this recent version of Secret
where
War.
every universe died off, and then they.
The issue with Secret War, though, is there's so much that happens, and even if you go back to like the first Secret War, like nothing's stuck, and that's kind of the issue.
Well, I mean, the only reason why the latest Secret Wars happened is they could bring Miles into the main one,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Fantastic Four can leave.
Yeah, thank God. Fucking get them out of here. They suck so bad. Even as comic book characters, they're awful.
Yeah, I got the newer ones. I was reading them like, all right, this
They're
is
so boring.
They're
so boring. They have no villain outside of Doctor Doom, but Doctor Doom is literally established to essentially be a god, so it's like, what do you do with that? So if he loses, you're just like, oh, okay, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for him to lose, but okay.
And also, I have a theory. I mean, it's my own personal theory.
Yeah.
About 2020. We're in some died down of apocalypse. I mean, if you play Darksiders, you know how that
Yeah.
a seal breaks and the so I feel like
maybe there's a crack in a seal somewhere.
No, I think there's 4 seals, and obviously we're out of order because obviously we're not in a war.
No,
but I'll get to that. So the first seal was Kobe Bryant.
Oh no!
I know. And then the horseman that came was pestilence, coronavirus.
Yeah, that's true.
Second seal was George Floyd, which brought war. The war against the police and war against injustice. Which further increased pestilence because there was that spike.
Yep.
And now this is the third seal.
Oh God!
At this point, I think death is always last.
Yeah, death comes last.
So at some point, we're gonna get a famine. I don't know what we're gonna get a shortage of.
Well, there's a shit ton of forest fires like everywhere right now. So
I mean,
who knows?
I don't know what grows in California other than
wine grapes, basically. Not a whole lot,
but maybe somewhere else for all I know.
Oh yeah, no, there's probably going to be a drought, and if we get another Dust Bowl, I'm going to be hyped for that shit.
So look for that.
Yeah, let's look for that. Let's see if Jared comes right. I hope he's not, but
yeah, I really hope.
I really don't want Jared to be right, but he speaks smart. I'm not going to deny it. I can't be like, that's dumb. Nope, that makes sense.
So. All right, so enough with the
enough with the sadness.
Another thing I saw on my feed. So if you haven't heard or if you do care for, Animazing actually happened.
Why? I don't know.
I don't know either, but here I think after digging, I found out why it happened. But I'll get to that why it actually happened because somebody posted a video like, I can't believe Animazing happened because during the pandemic, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And she saw the video of like the samurai husband and wife, Dan and whatever.
Oh yeah, Dan and I want to say Lauren.
I don't know.
I never go see them. They're nice people, but I never go see their
And then
stuff.
she's complaining like they're not wearing masks, and then you see all these other people, they're not being 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah, and then she goes off. One of the people said, panelist said, from North Dakota. I'm like, she's cut the thing. Like, you came all the way from another state for this thing. I'm like, well, first of all, I'm pretty sure that's 90% everybody in the country goes to another state to go to a con.
Yeah, vast majority of the time.
Yeah.
That's nothing new. That's like
so I'm like, I don't know why you're bashing on this person come from North Dakota to go to Iowa.
You came from North Dakota to go to Iowa to go to the one convention that survived? How dare you? And
I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure, their Iowa's numbers is not that high. I looked when this video came out. It's not. Not that
they're
high.
One of the lower ones, but
Yeah.
to be fair, like 90% of their population is cows.
So, and then 2, when I looked on, I'm like, why aren't they wearing masks? Well, 2, Iowa didn't require it.
Yeah, Iowa doesn't have a state mandated one.
So, lady, you need to get off your high horse. But yeah, I think I found that a little weird. Another thing, I don't know if you guys heard, but Bella Thorne and her.
So this is actually an interesting one to talk about, because of the repercussions of what she did. So Bella Thorne, I believe Disney star or whatever, made an OnlyFans, made a shit ton of money in like 2 weeks, like $2 million.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Because of how she did that, with like the way she did her private messages and tips and everything like that, OnlyFans had to change their policy.
Oh yeah.
So now they hold the money for 30 days from like tips and shit. Private messages can only be like $100 or something max. They basically way cut the price on a lot of things. Tips can only be like a maximum of like $100 now or something like that. And they will pay you in like 30-day intervals or like end of the month or beginning of the month or whatever they change it to.
They capped the subscription to $50.
Yep, and then they basically cut a lot of stuff. And people are pissed.
Oh yeah.
And I can't blame them, because like before it was just you got the money, like boom, you're good. Now like people have to like live even more paycheck to paycheck. Like let's not pretend like this, like Bella Thorne making $2 million on OnlyFans is like the regular. Like it's not. Some people make just an average amount of money doing it, and they needed that consistent income because they're essentially living paycheck to paycheck.
Wow.
So now, when you get the 30 days to like, you're getting paid once a month, if that's your primary income, that sucks.
It can be, because again, before all this, there was somebody who posted, somehow it found on my feed.
I'm starting to wonder what you follow on Twitter.
a lot of big booty bitches.
Hell yeah. I respect that. I respect that answer.
But yeah, she posted on there. She grossed $100K in a year.
Uh-huh.
So do I feel bad that Bella Thorne earned $2 million?
And like, No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's fantastic.
However, I feel, and then I asked him like, so what's the problem? Oh, she kind of quote unquote lied about showing the nudity.
Yeah,
and
a huge thing was like in the price. She was like, "Hey, $200 for a private message, and I'll send a nude or something like that." And she just sent it in like lingerie. It was like, and it was the same photo to everybody. So people were requesting like a lot of like chargebacks and shit, and that's why OnlyFans had to change their policy.
Yeah,
because they were getting screwed by the chargebacks and stuff like that. So was it a super fun, cool story? Absolutely. Do I feel bad for those people that aren't making the $100K a year on the OnlyFans? Absolutely, because now it probably really hurt them. But you should probably have a backup plan outside of, telling little Johnny to go play in his room while you take your OnlyFans picture for the week.
Yeah. So,
Mommy, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Hold on, dear. It's 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Time for my OnlyFans post.
I know. I just don't understand.
I don't know. It's a weird situation. I feel for some of them. The others I don't feel so bad for. And she got in, got her $2 million, got out, and then she's like, "It's for a movie, guys. I'm doing it so I can fund a movie." And I'm like, I don't fucking believe you for a goddamn fucking second. I think you're just like, yo, let's quick cash this shit in while I don't even have to be naked.
Yeah.
Honestly. Which again, I respect. Hell yeah, absolutely do that shit.
Sure. I mean, if people are dumb enough to actually...
Yeah, exactly. If you're that fucking thirsty, if you're that bad of a simp, holy fuck, I have no sympathy for you.
No.
Ha, get it. Sympathy.
Oh
my god. Speaking of simps, are you watching Rent-A-Girlfriend?
No, not anymore.
I want to fucking cut this guy's throat every time he opens up his goddamn mouth.
That's why I stopped watching it.
Oh my god.
I couldn't even make it through the second episode.
I am watching the king of the simps simp so hard, no other simp has to simp in their fucking life. I hate this shit. And I don't know why I'm still watching.
I don't either. Like,
so bad.
What episode was the beach episode? Was that episode 3?
3.
Yeah.
3, they go to the beach, and I'm like, damn.
I couldn't make it through that episode. Like that first episode, like, okay, I kind of see where this is going. I thought it was going to be like a false love anime type thing.
Yeah, no, but it's this dumb thing where
that story went out the
window. They
window.
both make the situation worse constantly, and I'm just like, if just one of you told the truth, you wouldn't have to be in this goddamn fucking situation.
Yeah.
Your family knows you're pathetic. Just say it was a rental girlfriend. Done? Wow, that was hard. God. Oh, but my grandma was so happy. I don't fucking care. She knows you're pathetic.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah,
so dumb.
I couldn't get through it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, dude. not.
I didn't even get like. I don't
I'm
even
committed.
want to.
I have to finish it because I'm committed.
So I'm committed in some aspect, but shit like this, no.
No, yeah, it's getting very frustrating. And, like, this is, like, the kind of shit where people are like, Gamers was hard to watch because it was just, like, misunderstanding the anime. This is people intentionally being misunderstanding and digging the fucking grave deeper and deeper, and I'm like, wow, look, you stopped. You have the opportunity to fill the grave in and get out. And they're like, no, let's keep digging. And I'm like, why?
You know what, for a minute there, I thought you meant the movie. Gerard Butler, Gamer.
Oh, that's a great movie. I mean, it's awful. Don't get me wrong. That's a shit tier movie. But if you and your friends want to just get drunk as fuck and watch a dumbass action movie with hot women in it, oh yeah, watch Gamers. So good.
But yeah.
Oh god, fucking King of the Simps. I hate him. Hate him so much. I hate everyone in that show. They're all annoying.
And I don't even want to know what the other two girls are gonna be.
So we haven't met. Because you see her in the intro, the, like, orange hair ponytail off to the side or braid off to the side. We haven't met her yet. And then Ruka, we just got introduced to, who's, like, obsessed with this guy. And it's kind of hinted that she has some kind of, like... Because I haven't caught up in the manga. Mm-hmm. And the manga's actually good. The manga's much better. It's kind of hinted that she has, like, this weird heart disease where... she, like, can't get excited or, like, her heart rate is lowered or some shit like that. And the reason she likes this guy is because he compliments her once because, that's how every fucking anime works. And she made her heart rate go up to, like, 90 or something like that. And she's like, it's never hit 90 before. You're clearly the one. And I'm just like, what are you fucking talking about? What are you smoking? None of this has anything to do with anything. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Bad show.
Show I can recommend is Kingdom on Netflix.
I tried so hard to like Kingdom.
Really?
I tried so hard.
Oh man.
Wait, is this the live action one or is this the animated one?
Live action.
Okay, I haven't watched the live action one. The anime is booty. Because they do this weird thing where it's like the 2D mixed with 3D, but it's super awkwardly intercut, and they cut out all the gore. So it's like, why am I watching this?
Oh, then yeah, you need to watch the live action one.
Live action? It's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to watch
It's like
that.
watching Game of Thrones, but Korean, old...
I was going to say, is it like watching Game of Thrones mixed with like Dynasty Warriors kind of situation?
No.
Ah, damn.
Well,
okay.
Well...
Cause that's kind of what Kingdom is. It's like Game of Thrones mixed with Dynasty where like one dude just kills like 800 people with the swing of his weapon.
Then no.
Okay.
But no, it's like Game of Thrones only... the last season and first season.
Oh God!
It jumps off just like that.
Gotcha.
But it's short. Like
Is it?
It's 6 episodes per season.
How long are the episodes?
An hour ish, about an hour.
Okay, so
but when I binge watched it, I didn't realize I got to the second season. Until I looked.
You just like watched it and you're like, oh cool, episode 7, and then it's like season 2, episode 1. It's like, what?
Like when I didn't realize I was on a clip. Like you didn't know. Like almost every episode's kind of ending a cliffhanger, so you don't know you're on the season.
Like the season. That's weird.
Yeah.
So they get to like episode 6 and they just do normal cliffhanger,
and then
like that's weird.
And then I just wound up in season 2, and then when I press stop, I'm like, I'm on season 2, episode 2.
I mean, that's when you like look at the clock. Like, is it 4 in the morning? Like,
yeah, that's what actually because I couldn't sleep one time. And then I woke up, I'm watching Kingdom. I'm like, holy shit, this is actually fucking good. I'll look over. Oh, fuck, man.
Fuck shit. I have to watch that. That sounds interesting.
It is good. It is good. But yeah, your monster.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of good shows on this season. Some not so great, like King of the Simps. But another one that I'm actually really enjoying, but not a lot of other people seem to be, is Monster Girl Doctor. To explain that super quick, human dude is just like, I wanted to Lamia was introduced to my family and we became good friends, so I wanted to be a doctor who specializes in monsters, because it's never been done before. Very rare. I can't really tell. They kind of go back and forth on that.
Yeah.
Nice guy. With a typical anime protagonist of once he starts doing his thing, he's super hyper-focused on it, doesn't realize what's going on around him. kind of a nice, cute world, cute monster girls and shit. But this is the same issue that I had with Monster Musume, and basically anything else involving monster girls. So there's a scene where basically this Centaur girl's attendants are like, yo, if you get with our mistress, you can have us too, because we all share everything, and that includes men. And I'm like, hell yeah. I was in it in the morning because I was like just plastered out of my mind because I was drinking. I was like, fuck yeah, Glenn, let's go. Go with the horse centaur bitch and get all three of them, make them yours. And then it hit me, like, as I was saying that, they're still horses.
Yeah.
And, no. I don't want to fuck a horse, Japan. As cute as they are character-wise and as seductive as that scene was, I'm not putting my dick in a horse. And then the next episode happened, and I was like, alright, cool, we're done with that centaur shit. Don't have to worry about that. And then we meet the spider lady. And again, we go back to the Monster Musume issue of some of the best characters that are spider ladies. I'm like, hell yeah, you're adorable. Wrap me up in your web and take me. Oh, you're still a spider. How is this supposed to work? I don't want to fuck a spider. I'm so sick of it. I hate when they keep the, like, animal part of the monster girl. Like, I know, like, that's the point.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I'm not, like, disillusioned to that fact. But I feel like the centaur girls, you could do something. You could just give them, like, hooves. And I'd be like, okay, cool, they're centaurs. Or, like, they're supposed to be, like, horse girls. That's awesome. Or, like, the spider chicks, if you just gave them a normal lower half and then put, like, the legs on their back or some shit to, like, make it 8 legs or just something.
Okay.
Just something so I'm not, like, sitting there going, I'm kind of horny, but that's still a spider. And I don't want that. But I do. I don't.
So, you would have the Yuma-chan world, I think that's the horse girl racing.
Yeah, Uma Musume Derby or something
like
that. Yeah, I would absolutely have that. That's okay.
But that series is weird. Of like, do humans see them as horse?
From what I understand, no, because one of the opening lines of that show is, "Oh, you see, my mother was a mayor and my father was a lonely farmer," and I was like, "Excuse me, what? We're just gonna glance over that line there. We're just not gonna address that ever again." Okay, cool.
So yeah, that world is a little weird.
Yeah, that one's weird. But yeah, keep them girls, but give them animal characteristics. Don't make them animals with women characteristics.
Also, like, what's that school? Safari Park, right?
Oh,
fuck that. It was a good series.
The one that was like last season, Miranase or whatever it is, where the guy goes to the animal school.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miranase is, I believe, what it's called. Yeah, no, something like that. That's okay, because like they were like ladies with the animal traits. So like the gazelle got freaked out and like ran away at top speed. Like that was okay. Or like, the wolf dogs or whatever the fuck ever. Like that's fine. That's what I'm into. I don't want the bottom half or parts
literal
monster girls. Like that draws the line. They're all cute. They're all very beautiful and cute characters. Very hard to get attracted to them though.
That's why I only probably would go for llamas.
Yeah. Lamias or lamias. That's like the line, because it's like, I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm fucking a snake, but whatever, who gives a shit? They're cute, and like 90% of them looks like a human girl. Who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't want to fuck a horse. I don't want to fuck a spider. I don't want to fuck a bird.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, harpies or whatever are fine. I've never found a harpy character where I'm like, you're adorable and I love you. Never have that. But I'm like, okay, fine, sure, whatever. They're human girl enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm running through all the monster girls and it's like, man, that's about it.
Yeah,
just
like,
think, girl.
Like Lamia, and that, like, oh my god, I like have such a huge crush on her from the manga. I want a figurine of her so bad. The Cobalt girl from Monster Musume who runs the gym. Like,
oh.
Yeah,
okay.
that's also acceptable because it's like, okay, you're still basically human. You're just furry.
Yeah.
Whatever. Which, I've had to explain this to people. After you have animalistic sex, then you get to lay down in a nice fluffy pile of not only boobs, but nice soft fur. So, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but if they actually do they exist in Doctor? I'm not sure.
We haven't met them yet, and I'm not caught up with the light novels or the manga to know if there are kobold girls like that. Because Japan.
Oh, but Cowgirls actually exist. I forgot that she was in the first episode.
Yeah, the cowgirl. So weird. We're introduced to this series of him. God damn it.
I forgot.
No, she's a Minotaur girl. Yeah, maybe she's the cow. Point is, she's a bovine creature. Very adorable lady.
Cyclops.
Yep, there's a Cyclops.
Blacksmith.
Yep. That's okay.
Pretty much normal.
That's a normal woman with one eye. Whatever.
That's
mermaids.
Normal.
Mermaids, no, not into mermaids at all.
Yeah. At least not in that series.
No, I don't think I've ever seen a series where I'm like, hell yeah, mermaids.
I have. It was a lot of them.
It was a horror one. They bite your dick off.
No, I was going to say an NTR one.
Oh, okay.
The story was, boy fell in love with a mermaid, and then he goes to a doctor to become a mermaid, and then they're finally going to go one night. It's like, wait a minute. My dick is gone.
My dick is gone.
Like shit. And so the doctor basically NTR'd the mermaid.
I see.
And then she got pregnant with his, and so yeah.
Oof.
You know how that story goes.
Oof.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's my rant that I've just wanted to say for a while. Monster girls are cute, but quit making them so animalistic to the point where I'm getting a very confused boner.
Hilarious.
Jared's like, yeah, I feel for you.
No, I actually do. I really do. But yeah. Okay. On to the weekend update. So, the Angry Beavers actually do exist.
I was thinking that too. I was like, wasn't there a show kind of like this?
Daggett and Norbert in Canada. Go figure. Of all places. All of a sudden, there's a lot of beaver dams with satellites attached to them.
Yeah, people have, people were going outside just to go, hiking, get some nice fresh air. They happen to look over, and they're like, "Oh, a beaver! That's a dish. That's a satellite dish." My favorite is the one that someone stole the Canadian flag, or not someone, a beaver stole the Canadian flag and put that in their dam. That's a pretty good one. What else do they have in
Talk about patriotism right there.
Yeah. Oh man. All I'm saying, dude, is if we invade Canada, we got to fight the people and the beavers. I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're able to go up there.
Yeah, that's assuming the beavers don't dam us off.
No, we don't want you.
No, just fuck off.
Stay down
there. Get out of here.
Oh, man. But yeah, I found that a little funny that the Angry Beavers actually truly exist.
And it's super funny if the article that we have, like, no one's mad. No one's even really surprised. They're all just kind of enjoying this situation. It's really funny.
It's almost like a bear's walking up to you at a picnic table and and nobody cares. nobody cares.
Like, all right, fuck off, whatever. It's like in Alaska when a moose walks in and you're just like, shit, now I gotta move because a fucking moose is here. And like, don't even care that there's a moose. Just it's inconveniencing at that point.
Mooses are always inconvenient.
They're huge. Jesus.
I don't think I ever met them, like one.
Like seeing one in person?
Yeah.
They're bigger than what you think, that's for sure.
Are they?
Yeah.
Not even at a zoo. I don't even know if zoos even keep moose.
I don't off the top of my head think they do. It's kind of a weird thing to have in a zoo.
Yeah, I know.
Hello everybody, look at these exotic spider monkeys, and to the left you have a moose. Yes, the moose.
I mean, I know here we keep wolves, but they're fucking everywhere.
They are fucking, now they're everywhere. Their population has just exploded apparently.
But hey. Yeah. So there's going to be a movie that comes out that's starring John Malkovich.
Who else?
Yeah, I don't know.
And directed by Robert Rodriguez, because that guy just can't make a normal fucking movie in his life. It's always got to be some weird gimmicky shit.
Well, Desu Dawn was normal.
Kind of.
Well, I mean, okay, in a horror sense.
In like a horror sense,
it was
but...
normal. But anyway, none of us are going to be able to see it because it's scheduled to be released in 21/15.
Yep. And the actual title of the movie is 100 Years, the movie you will never see. So anyone who's kind of a film buff, this is not necessarily anything new. This has kind of been going around the works for a while. It was a rumor for a long time, like, no one would ever fucking do that. No one's actually going to make it. And then Robert Rodriguez was like, bet. And then he did it.
Like, I've seen the quote-unquote trailer. I don't think this is a movie.
No,
this is what is it? What was Remy Martin, right?
Oh, yeah, I think.
Anyway, he had John Malkovich character, if you want to call him that, stores this alcohol thing in a vault with a timer, set to 100 years, closed thing.
Yep.
I'm like, after seeing this, I'm like, this isn't a movie.
No,
this is a alcohol commercial.
Oh yeah, no, it's a promotion for some bullshit, I guarantee.
Like, I'm pretty sure what that's legit is. They're somewhat a commercial. Like, I think that vault literally does exist.
Yeah, the vault with the movie does exist.
With the
alcohol in it, that 100% does exist. That has been confirmed.
But I don't think it's a movie. I was like, hey, I think it's just John Malkovich. I'm long dead.
Yeah, no, John Malkovich made this because he just wants to give one last middle finger to the world.
Yeah.
So
enjoy this 100-year age
alcohol movie, whatever.
I think it's a scotch. I don't know what.
Probably is. I don't know, but
I don't think it's a legit movie.
No, which when you think about it, being John Malkovich also is just a strange ass movie that has been made. So who knows? Maybe it is actually a movie. We won't know until we watch it. So
yeah.
Or 100 years from now, people watch it. Bold of them to assume there's going to be a Cannes Film Festival in 100 years, though.
If that still goes on.
Yeah, if any of that's still around. If we're all still around, Jesus Christ.
I doubt I will be.
Oh yeah, we're dead. We're gonna die.
Speaking of which, I was ignore that.
Do you have a chipmunk in your walls?
No, I don't know what. I think it's my fridge. But yeah, I know earlier we talked off mic about DJ at my wedding. Not at my wedding. DJing a wedding.
We got that narrative all fucked up.
I was DJing.
By the way, guys, I'm married.
I was DJing at a wedding, and then some drunk girl came like, oh, COVID, like, oh, can I shake your hand? I'm like, yeah, sure. Oh, sorry, it's COVID. I'm like, I just don't care. Like, I'm pretty sure I would have gotten this a long time ago. But anyway, that's the whole why dead thing came up. Weird thing that I should probably edit that out. I don't know where I was going with that. The point is, I don't care about anything, and death should just come really knock on my door.
Honestly, at this point, if death just walked in, I'd be like, yo, what up, dude? Have some of Jared's alcohol.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, it took you fucking forever, you piece of shit.
So, of all places, Walmart, in a parking lot, a cowboy lassos alleged bike thief. Of all places to get lassoed.
Fun fact, though, this did not take place in the South. This took place in Oregon.
Well, there's horses in Oregon.
I mean, there's horses in Oregon, but you would think this would be like Texas or Tennessee or fucking Mississippi, because they're all thick enough to do this kind of shit. Well, there just happened to be a cowboy in Oregon in a Walmart parking lot, and he happened to notice someone who might have stolen a bike, and he's like, I've been training for this my entire life. Just lassoed that bitch and tied him up.
But there was no, so far there was no reports whether he stole a bike or not. It's just alleged.
Yep, it's been a handful of days, and it's still just alleged. I don't know for sure. The only thing we know for sure happened was this poor bastard got lassoed the shit out of him. Which
that sucks.
I would not want that.
Especially not on concrete.
No. Oh God, no. That would be awful.
But yeah, so if you find yourself having an itch of stealing something in
an Oregon Walmart parking lot,
or any horse place that allows you to, ride your horse anywhere.
watch out for cowboys.
Yeah, especially if they're carrying rope.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
which any good cowboy is.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
Sure. I don't know. I mean, yeah. That would suck.
That would not be
That
fun.
would totally suck.
You just get pulled off your feet. You have to
I know.
catch yourself, and then if the horse moves because you don't. I mean, you obviously have control of the horse, but you don't have 100% control of the horse. So if it decides to step back a couple feet, you're getting dragged, depending on how you fell and shit.
Ugh.
Oh, that would not be fun, especially with how fucking poorly maintained a lot of Walmart parking lots are.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts thinking about that.
Oh. All right. In entertainment news, so there might be a new Fresh Prince that's coming out.
Yeah, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to be rebooted, and here's what I'm really sick of seeing in every headline about reboots or remakes: the word gritty drama. I'm so sick of seeing that shit.
Yeah.
So sick of it. But I think the Fresh Prince is a good place to do it because it centers on a black family, and if they update it for more modern times, I mean, obviously the Fresh Prince already dealt with a lot of themes of racism and stuff like that, so I can't say.
You know, your typical 90s.
Yeah, it was the typical 90s way of approaching racism. There was an episode where, Carlton was like, I would have pulled over two young black men speeding in a brand nice new car, and it's like, wouldn't you, Dad? He's like, yeah, well, that's what happened. That's what I thought, but then I got pulled over, or some shit like that. He shouldn't have been pulled over, commentating on black people getting pulled over. And I was like, I mean, that's a good issue to raise because they did handle it good, but it was, again, it's a very 90s way of handling it. Nowadays, those characters probably wouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say. That was super weird. It just got super dark here for no reason. We just kind of panicked there for a second. I'm excited because apparently Will Smith is going to be executive producer on it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know because I saw the fan-made trailer.
Yeah,
for it.
It's called Bel-Air or something like that.
Yeah.
Which actually looks good.
The trailer was good.
For a fan-made project, this is actually really good.
So, and then when I saw this, and I think that person is going to be part of the project. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't, because, again, this has been a rumor for a while, and only recently has it gained any kind of traction. I believe the people that made this fan trailer are going to be a part of it. Okay.
But if that's the case, until I see an actual real trailer, if I'm basing it on that trailer and what I've read, I've seen this in All American.
Yeah.
The CW, All American. Obviously going from Compton to Malibu. Yeah, it's got a very All American vibe to it. Yeah. Even a lot of the camera angles and the tone and lighting and setting for a lot of things, not super original. No. Very heavily inspired. Doesn't retract the fact that it's good, because I do like the way that they presented everything. How much of this fan trailer will be taken into account for the actual series? I don't know. I kind of hope a lot, because I really liked this trailer. It was really good. Yeah, because, I hope they're not going to try to do what they did, what I saw in this trailer, where he finds passion in basketball. But if that happens, I'm like, okay, I'm not watching it because, like I said, because Futurama's already made that joke. Imagine this basketball is the center of the universe, and then it's one of the Globetrotters. He's like, for many young boys in the inner city, it is. I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking funny. So, and then I've just seen this in All American. Yeah. So I'm like, you need to do a different route than that, because. If you're going a sports route, then there's no point in doing it. Yeah, which I don't really remember that, because I didn't watch a whole lot of Fresh Prince growing up. It was just on at a time where I was I was either going to bed or I was just like,
I want to go play a game or something like that, or read or something like that. So I didn't watch a whole lot of it. I don't remember basketball being
It was
a huge part. I know he played it.
No,
like,
it was never a good.
But I was gonna say I don't remember him ever being like, this is my life and my only like thing in life or anything like that. I don't remember it being like at all a thing. So
yeah, it was just him, being him.
Yeah, it was just like Will being Will and like being goofy and shit. Like that's what I remember. So.
Yeah. So as far as gritty goes,
yeah,
I don't know how you're gonna pull that off in Bel Air.
Yeah, in Bel Air, like, no offense, you're still surrounded by a bunch of rich people, so it's like, and if I remember correctly, like they're well known, like in their neighborhood and like well liked. So like, what kind of drama is gonna happen? I mean, if you gritty reboot it, is it gonna be like, oh, you're like the one rich black family in the neighborhood and all your white neighbors are like what? I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
Even to this day, it plagues me that how does a judge live in this giant house?
I've been fucking wondering that for so goddamn long. But if I remember, it's like he's not just like a judge. He also had like investments from when he was a lawyer, if I remember correctly, and he still gets like stuff from that.
Does he?
I think that's how that was working.
Okay.
Because like there was an episode where they're like broke, and then like all of a sudden like, at the end of the episode, it's like we're so rich, our money makes money, and I'm like, funny line. Like I think that was like the stock market or something that they invested in, like retook off or something like that. So I think it's not just his income from being a judge. I think he has like stock investments and like other things. I've watched it very little, but that's the only way I could think of is like them being this rich, because the judge doesn't make that much fucking money.
No.
Even in fucking Bel Air and shit in that part of the country, not that much money.
Yeah, because I mean I can't remember. I've seen every single episode, but I'm like for the longest time I'm like growing up I'm like, how the hell is he?
Because like the only other thing I remember is like back when Will and Carlton got arrested and like they're sitting in jail and the guy shows up. He's like, what are these boys in jail for? And blah blah blah. He's like, oh yeah, that's my legal partner. It's like, but you're a judge. Like, how do you have a legal partner? And then I kind of like put two and together and I was like, okay, maybe back when he was a lawyer, he was like partnered with the firm and is still getting money or something from that. I don't know how that works. I'm just assuming it works like an investment, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll finally get a real explanation of how Uncle Phil is rolling in the dough.
But yeah,
can afford a Bel Air house with a pool, a guest house, and a butler, and a wife that loves to shop. Or no, not the wife. Daughter that loves to shop, because the wife was not super shopaholic. What did she do? Did she do anything?
Oh.
I don't remember if she had a job.
No, she did. She does.
Whatever.
However you want
to think about it. For some reason, I want to say it's in fashion, but I don't remember her being.
No, that was the daughter.
Was that the daughter? Okay.
Shit. What
did she do?
Because I know she worked. Was she like some weird coordinator?
Fresh Prince Wiki. Fresh Prince Bel Air. What did the wife fucking do? Casting characters. Not James Avery. Was it?
Just type in what did Aunt Viv do for a job.
What was Aunt Viv's job? We're not the first people to look it up. She has been a retired doctor that earned her PhD. Okay. She took a temporary job as a teacher for a unit in Black History at Bel Air Academy, so the typical, my aunt's going to be teaching our class episode kind of shit. Yeah. But okay, so she was a doctor.
Okay. I'm like, I know she was well known.
I was going to say, she was I remember her being successful by herself is what I remember. So.
Okay. All right, cool.
So anyway, done. That went on a
cool.
That went on a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air tangent that I was not.
Take
I thought
that
we were,
out of my mind.
I thought we were just gonna mention like, oh, new Fresh Prince. Cool. Move on. Nope, that went like a deep dive.
Like I know. I'm like once it gets in your craw, man, like it'll stay.
I know
there.
those stupid questions that nobody cares about.
It's like, God, what the f did she do? Oh, okay. But anyway. Moving on, so that was the weekend update. Now we get that was weird in and out of news stories and whatnot. So before we, I can't remember what episode it was. It was in the beginning. We gave our top 10.
It was episode 5. I did look. Episode 5. We gave our top 10 at the time hentai series.
And so after so many episodes, if you want to call it that,
yeah, whatever these things are.
And so many reviews, we'll go through a new top 10.
Yep.
I don't know. Should we give our old ones or just?
Yeah. So my plan was, I'm just gonna go 1 to 10, and then I'll mention what my old one was in that slot, and then my new one in that slot. So that's kind of what I was planning. So do you want to go first, or should I go first for number 1? Or actually, I'll start at number 10. I'll start from the bottom.
Okay, because mine, other than my top, 3 or 2.
Yeah, honestly, you can ignore like
my list.
Yeah, for like mine, I just put 10. Some of them are in order necessarily, but like it's not like, oh my gosh, like these are absolutely my top 10.
Yeah.
These are just ones at the time of making the list of like, what do I go back to and enjoy?
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Except for my top 2.
Yeah, except for my top 3 are in order, is what I'll say. So.
Okay.
Okay, so my number 10, my old one was Futabu, which was the Fuda hentai, where they had basically Fuda Club. I've just come to the decision and the realization that actual animated hentai just does not do Fudanari well at all. It's very niche, and when it does happen, it's not great. So I've kind of given up on that.
It's
not really that great. It's maybe in a future episode of Top 10, we'll do Top 10 Dojins or something like that, because I actually think that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, my new top 10 is one that actually came out really recently, but I'm really looking forward to it. Is Isekai Harem Monogatari. One of those stupid fucking shows of, oh, hero, your semen makes us women so much more powerful. And, they just fuck all night long, and, you have your 3 archetypes of, you got your elf girl, you got your warrior girl, and then you got your cute little priest. I do feel kind of bad for the guy, because the priest uses recovery magic on him to, keep him stiff, and he's just like, dude, I can't keep going. And she's like, don't worry, I got you, but she only heals his dick, and I'm just like, just heal him. Then you get everything. You're all good. And then, towards the end of the episode, of course, it's actually super funny because they're super loud in their room. So, like, the innkeeper's like, man, youngsters sure are wild nowadays. And then towards the end of the episode, all the girls go out and they're like, wow, we're so much more powerful because of all this power we've absorbed from the hero. And then the innkeeper, gets her turn with the guy, and it's like, all right, sweet, let's go. We got thick elf milfs on top of thick everyone else, and yeah, it's pretty fun. It knows what it is. It doesn't try and pretend and be something super brand new. The animation I actually really liked for what it was. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to more episodes from this.
Okay. You want me to go, or?
Yeah, we can just go back and forth.
Okay. I guess my top 10 was the Mizuru K-Land, the adult theme park.
Yeah, the adult theme park. That's a fun one.
It was good. But looking back at it, I mean, again, the Dojin was
the animation is not the animation form of it. Yeah, you're right. It's not. I actually went back and I managed to find it and I read it and I was like, this is so much better.
Oh yeah.
It's actually entertaining.
Because I believe there's 4, maybe 3 different chapters. There's an actual safari park.
I think 4.
There was a safari park.
Safari park was actually dope. Yeah. I was like reading it. I was like, this is kind of dumb. And then like it got into it, and I was like, oh, never mind. This is like, this is dope.
Yeah, it was good.
This is good.
So K-Land, it was good at the time. but then
Yeah.
animation-wise, doesn't do it.
Yeah, the adaptation, not great.
So, yeah.
Okay. So my number 9, this one is more things kind of shifted around. My old number 9 was Erogi Sex and Game Make Sexy Games. A fucking hilarious series. I love it. And now my new number 9 is Bakuan. That's the one where his older sisters are like, he's a lolicon. We have to use our bodies to stop it. And you're just like, what? How does that work? He's still your brother. He's not going to do anything with your little sister. So, they end up seducing him and all that good shit. So.
Oh, wait. Did you already give your new 10?
Yep. That was this guy here. My old one was...
Oh, I didn't even give him my 10.
Oh.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I guess I didn't really cross-reference old 10 or new 10.
I did, just because I'm like OCD as fuck.
Yeah. I'll just give out one. You guys might hate me. I know Matt might hate me for this because he'll give me the little side eye. Onichichi. I think, yeah, Matt's already shaking his head. I know
it's not a bad series.
I know.
I can't call it a bad series. I don't like the subject matter of it because it's just weird.
I know. I mean, I know you don't like lolis.
No, I'm not a fan.
But I mean, this is more of a oppai loli.
Yeah, this is
so there's kind of a big difference.
Yeah, it crosses that boundary of like at least the character models I don't feel uncomfortable watching. It's just like the story in general where I'm just like, oh, I need a shower.
Again, I mean, oppai lolis are borderline depending on, how the story is and what their character design. I mean, the character design itself is pretty good.
Yeah, actually, the girl characters in the show are all actually very cute.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can ignore the story, how it goes.
If you don't read the subtitles, it's actually a pretty good show.
Yeah. Mind you, this is the actual original characters, not the quote-unquote sequel.
Not like the 800 spin-offs that this show has for some fucking reason.
But yeah, just going on the main blonde twin-tail girl, that was the main focus of this one.
Yeah. Do you ever see the meme of the girl who's on like the Japanese game show and they're like, oh, what character are you playing? And she's like the blonde girl from Onichichi. She's like, oh, what's her name from Onichichi? They're like, oh, what's that show about? She's like, family values.
Oh my god. She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
So fucking good.
Oh, she is not wrong. Oh man. Shit.
Oh, it's so fucking funny.
Oh my god. Woo.
Family values.
Okay. So yeah, that was my new 10. Did you?
Yep, I just did both my 9s. So.
Okay. So I'll just do one that's actually on both. My old one was Ankitsu Happening. So that's an old one, and it's still my new one.
Yep, still on
there. So nothing's changed on there.
No, it's still the same.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of everything.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure by now you guys should have at least...
If you haven't watched it, you're missing out, I feel. Especially if you're a hentai connoisseur.
Right.
So
yeah. That's number 9, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm. So that was yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, on both lists basically.
Yeah.
My number 8 for my old list at episode 5 was Resort Boing. I really liked quite a lot of the characters. I think we mentioned it how really funny one of the scenes was. Is he's just railing this one guy, Jesus Christ, one gal in his room, and of course, it's a harem one. So one of the other ladies happens to find herself outside of their room and sits on the balcony and looks at the window. You get that classic climax, and then lightning strike or light turns on or whatever, and they see the other chick outside, and she's pissed, and yeah, it's just really funny. I ended up taking it off the list because it turns out I only really liked like 1 or 2 episodes from it overall. The rest of it was just not that great. And then my new number 8 is Eroge Sexy Game Makes Sexy Game. You got 3 nice ladies that this guy goes with. You know, you got the blonde, you got the brunette, and you got the twin tail lady who is just weird and shouldn't be in the fucking series because that's where all the weird shit happens. I can't really say it has a little bit of everything for everyone because it really doesn't. But this is actually one where the story is actually really, really cute. You know, the guy is obsessed with eroges and visual novels and shit. Goes to work for a company full of women who have never been with a man, so they're like, we're going to make eroges, and he's like, y'all are fucking bad at this. And, you know, he helps them make a new eroge, and with experience. It's pretty good.
Okay. So my old, where are we, 8?
Yep.
So old 8 is Darling. That focuses on the newlywed couple, housewife, and the husband is a arrow manga artist, and the only way he can fast track his
I fucking love Darling. I don't have it on my list, but it's so funny.
Fast track his deadline is going to arrow mode, which is basically getting a blowjob from his wife.
From his lovely wife.
And most of the scenes are him drawing it out, and it's mostly cosplay after cosplay.
Yeah, it's just pure cosplay.
So which is pretty okay. Like, again, if you're into cosplay, like I am, it doesn't weigh heavily on you, but eventually, if you kind of space it out between anime or hentai from cosplay to cosplay, it kind of wears you down.
Yeah, what I don't like is the montages of cosplay, because it's just like, did you just stop in the middle of what you're doing and go and fully change your outfit? Like, what? Why?
Yeah.
You just interrupted the entire flow of the night. Just pick an outfit and stick with it. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm not a fan of, like I said, the montage of it, but...
So my new one is, make sure it's not on. Okay, it's a family affair.
Ooh, okay.
This one is basically the MC is, I guess, I'm not saying adopted son, adopted son. He kind of lives in a big family. I mean, a big family.
Yep.
I guess they're kind of all one of those.
He's got like 8 sisters.
Yeah, about 8 sisters
I
that
8.
live in the same complex, but they're not all blood related.
Yeah, they're not. Some are like adopted. Some are from like other marriages, and like.
It was never explained.
They kind of do, but they're never like for sure. And
yeah, we don't know.
They're like, oh, I'm just your older sister, and
yeah.
then like one of them mentions like.
One's an android from the future.
Yeah. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Great character though. Great scene where they fuck in a car. Oh my god, it's great.
Yeah. So I mean, each scene is him banging
one of the many sisters.
But yeah.
There's like a weird subplot where like I think like the eldest sister is like, I will never accept you and make love to you, but here, tie me up and like try and convince me, and I'm like, just sleep with him.
Yeah. So it's a family affair. Is a good one to go back to, especially if you like certain girl, then you can just go.
Yeah, you can just find. You can find her scene, because this isn't one where it's like, oh, I have sex 8 times with 8 different people. It's like you get sometimes you get a 3-way with 2 different sisters, and then next time it's 2 entirely different ones, but then one might come back and it's another one. It's like they really do mix and match the characters for quite a lot of it. So it's really good. Okay, number 7, in this slot, my old one was Masterpiece. That one is still on my current new list, but we'll get to that a little later. This is the one where his family dies, so he's brought into this other one, and oh my gosh, they're so close. And he's got 2 lovely older sisters who he loves very much, and then, of course, the mother who is a little bit too motherly towards him. And then this was it was at 7 at the time with only one episode. Then we got episode 2, which focused primarily on the mom. And if anyone knows me, thick milfs are just the bee's knees. I just love them so much. It's always the bee's knees. They're just fucking fantastic. So in my new number 7 slot, that wasn't on my list previously, was Felipura. This one actually is primarily on here because we were joking a good handful of episodes ago of what happens if you give sex bots sentience. So this one, if you don't know, he gets a new Onaho, with basically a sex toy, but it's essentially just a sex android because they think and all that good shit. And him being a weird, perverted guy who can't wait ends up sleeping with her and breaking her in a way. So her personality is like stuck the way it is. So she's like kind of bratty and pouty and shit like that. And we just get to explore what happens with that, and it's pretty great. The doujin of this is much longer, but it's not all about sex bots. It has quite a few different stories. There just happen to be 2 of them. I kind of wish they would continue this and adapt those other stories. So, but whatever.
Okay.
It's fine. It's really good for the 2 that we got. So.
All right. Okay. So next one for me is Monster Quest or Monsume Quest. I know earlier we talked about the Monster Quest or Monster Girls and everything like that. For that one, there wasn't that many.
Monster Girl Quest does what I like, where it's primarily female bodies with monster features for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. So yeah, if you like Monster Girls, this is probably about the only animated series out there
for some reason
that focuses on monsters.
Yep.
It's good, but again, this is your only option without reading with one hand and the other.
Horseshit.
Unless you're online, then it's about the
same.
Then
you're still fucking clicking through it.
But I mean, as far as paper form,
that's horseshit. You better fucking practice like Kakashi does, where he's just.
Yeah, I know. My new one is Hatsu Inu. That's the one where the mute girl constantly has the vibrator up.
Yep,
I
remember
snatch,
that one now.
And then it's very cute.
Yeah, that was actually for as weird as what I thought the premise was. I actually really liked it.
Yeah, it's very weird. The sequel is not bad especially when you have your stalker in the mix. It's like, no, I don't want you. Get off me. No, seriously.
Yeah, like, get off.
While he's being maliciously raped by his stalker.
Poor guy.
But yeah, I mean, I guess they were girlfriend. A couple.
Yeah.
After the train scene.
Uh-huh.
But it's very cute. Animation's great. Not bad for a girlfriend. I'm like, who would not want to have a girlfriend like that who wants to bang every time?
Constantly.
But at the same time, I get his plight. I'm like, dude, enough with the vibrator.
Yeah, it's like, can we fuck off for like 2 seconds?
I'm like, I'm down with toy play and all, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is
ridiculous.
This is fucking insane.
So, so Hatsu Inu, I don't know I think we reviewed this.
We might have. If it's not on the master list, we haven't, but oh well.
But
we can check that later.
But yeah.
So speaking of Monster Quest, or Monster Girl Quest, number 6 was my old one. That is not on my current list anymore for reasons I have mentioned before. Even though it doesn't really suffer from the whole, Centaur Spider Girl type issues, it's just not great. I think the animation really holds it back for me, honestly. It's just hasn't aged well, and it wasn't really that great when it came out. So. And then my new number 6 is Fella Ham Lips, and I do have to correct myself. Number 7 and number 6's definition should be switched, because I don't know why. I confuse them. So yeah, Fella Hamlips is the one about the sex doll and the guy. Fella Pura is the one where you got your typical class president or not class student council president. Pures can be in public, older sister, but behind closed doors she's a sex craved maniac where she really loves giving blowjobs to her brother. And it's never explained why. She just really enjoys doing it. Mm-hmm. She uses him for blowjob research is the story, which I think is fucking hilarious. It's so funny. Like it's a scene right in the beginning where they're like, "What's your favorite food?" She's like, "A nice thick wiener," and she's like thinking of like her brother, and they're like, you like octopus hot dogs too? That's really cute. We should make some for her. And she's just like, yeah, that's fun. It's super funny. And then it devolves into pure degeneracy where they cut a hole in the wall between their room. Yeah, that's the one you're thinking of. They cut a hole between the wall between their room. Their mom comes home from a business trip for like 2 minutes and they're still doing shit between the walls. She's like covered herself in a blanket. And it's like the most obvious thing on the planet, like something's going on, but her mom is just like, all right, sure, bye, love you, get along. And they're like, all right, sure.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, that one's a good one. Again, the Dojin is much longer, much better.
It is, yeah.
Reading through a lot of this, and actually probably when we get to the Dojins I'll mention, but yeah, it's not worth it right now. If you can find it to read it, definitely do. It's much better. Or I don't say it's much better because the anime adaptation is good. You just get more to it. There's just more scenes that happen, so...
Okay. All right. My number 6 is The Blue Girl.
The Blue Girl.
The entirety of the franchise, which it is excellent. I know when it first came out, it's early 90s, and then as it progressed, the animation got better. Mm-hmm. However, the story in itself, pretty excellent. Mm-hmm. The quote-unquote sex fighting.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but
you watch it and you're just like, this is dumb.
But
you kind of get into it. You're like,
yeah. All right. They are the ninja, if you want to call them that, are trained in sex fighting
or whatever. I think I think they use a term for it, but I don't remember.
Yeah. It's a good original.
Yeah. As far as like what happens in it, it's pretty. You're not gonna find much like it.
No. But yeah, that's my old 6. My new 6 is Dropout.
Ooh, Dropout.
I know there's a lot of stories out there where Japan turned into new.
I don't know why that's a go-to for authors, or they're like, under our new regime, you will get sex dolls that are people, and I'm like, if I had a quarter for every time that happened, I'd have like 18 quarters, which isn't which isn't a lot, but it's strange that it happened 18 times.
You know what? I think I'm currently reading a doujin called Meat Toilet, which is kind of
Meat Toilet.
Clicked on the wrong tab. But yeah, it's funny how you said that. So I'm currently reading.
It's kind of like one of those things. It's like, if I had a nickel for every time this happened, I'd only have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but strange that it happened twice. Yeah, no, I had to like up it because it's like, I'd have like 18, which again, in retrospect, not a lot of money, but the fact that it happened 18 times is.
But yeah, Dropout in itself takes it a lot better. It's more of a rewards program than your typical out in the street, locked up.
Yeah, the way it basically works.
Well, there are some that's out.
Yeah, the way it basically works is like in this particular school, you get equipment is what they call it. The higher your placement in the school, it doesn't make sense how you get graded as equipment though, because it's like, why does the top guy get this girl versus the second guy getting this girl? I don't remember that.
It's there's whatever your rank is.
Yeah,
you scored, and then you're placed in this one class, and you get your own
and
personal.
Then you get your own personal equipment,
and then they get to choose, while everybody else in the class,
that's
the
right.
school system has to use the public quote unquote restroom.
Yeah, which is
You
your
guys,
imagination with that.
But yeah, I like this because it actually rewards
Yeah, like it. So like, oh, it encourages our students to try their absolute best, but in the like, it's super weird because like in the doujin of it, they're like, all right, guys, it's time for break real quick. Go ahead, use your equipment. We'll get on with the class session in a little bit. But like in the adaptation, he's just like teaching
while they're doing,
and they're like banging, and I'm like, I can't help but feel this is counterproductive to your learning environment that you're trying to establish.
Hey.
But whatever. It's fun.
But yeah, I wasn't gonna say I would like to live in this world because like whether you place top, it doesn't matter because there's a public.
Yeah, no, that's what I was arguing. It's like, do I really want to fucking try? Like, I could just.
I mean,
again, it's like
you get your choice of quote unquote the dropout that's willing to become
the equipment.
Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, it's like.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but.
Yeah, I don't know how that works when you're adult. I think it mentioned, but I can't remember. But yeah, so dropouts on my new list.
All right. God, I hate this. My old number 5, because it actually is a good series. It's really funny. Doki Doki Little Oye-san. That's the one where you got your 9'5" beefcake bodybuilder dude, and your tiny little landlord who's supposed to be like 35 and just fucking bullies this guy into having sex with her. It's super funny. Apparently she does this, although like it's suggested she does this with all her tenants. Like, oh, it's rent collection day, but also like you have to sleep with the landlord. But she like picks him specifically because again she's like 3'2" and he's like 9'5" and 800 pounds of like pure muscle and just dick. This is the series that I said if you really want a lesson in how quantum physics is shattered in hentai, watch this one. They do the like little girl, big guy thing in a not creepy way because it's obvious that this is like a 32-year-old lady with the way she talks and shit, so it's not creepy. You get some bath scenes, you get a lot of cosplay in this one, specifically as a nun. I don't know what her nun obsession is. And yeah, it's not that bad. It's pretty great. It's pretty enjoyable. Again, his dick is as big as her, so it's super funny whenever she like tries to give him a blowjob and shit. It's like, ma'am, you're like 80% dick. do you ever see like a hamster eat like a full carrot and store cheeks, and it's like, wow, that thing is like 20% carrot now. That's basically what happens. So that's not on my list anymore, just because honestly, I laugh too hard just because I think of shit like that, so I just can't do anything. It's awful. So my new number 5 is I Want to Be Squeezed by My Lewd Older Sisters. We did talk about this one. This is where you have the so loving, mature older sister, and then the not so mature but still loving, rambunctious older sister. Guy comes home from, I believe it's college, for like a visit or for like the summer or something, and they're like, oh, our precious little brother is home, and then like within 5 minutes of walking in the door, they're on his dick and shit.
Is that the one with the gal?
Yep, that's the one with the gal. That's the one with the gal sister and then the loving mother type sister.
Okay.
So, yeah, I like it because the animation is really good. I really like the contrast of the gal versus the loving sister because you kind of get the two different scenarios. I do kind of feel bad for the guy because he's just like, I'm just here on break from fucking college, dude. I don't want to deal with this shit. But he's like, whatever. I love my sisters, so let's do it. I'm like,
why not?
Why not? Sure. So it's enjoyable.
Okay. All right. My next one is Jaburi. That is the one where an angel comes down and obviously selects this one girl.
Oh, yep.
And in order for her to get her maximum power, she needs semen. Well, it's not really semen. It's more she gets her powers from different scenarios, sex scenes.
Yeah.
Or positions.
Mhm.
Positions / scenarios.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's basically like the more scenarios that happen, the more energy she gets, or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
It's good. For the what is it? Sentai.
Yeah, Sentai, I think.
Transformation.
Yeah, Sentai, I believe is what it's called.
It's good. The story's good. I haven't seen the sequel to it yet, which is surprising to me. but I'm pretty sure it's the same old, same old.
Mm-hmm.
Just better animation. But yeah, that's my old. My new one is. Let's go with Kenpeki Ojo-sama no Watakushi. This is the one where I know it's the, let's call her a president. She basically wants to be, what is it, the M? She wants to find an S to an M to her M, and so she picks out the dude who gives her a stern look and like, that's my S. And I'm pretty sure at the beginning, I think we reviewed this one.
Yeah, we have
episodes.
reviewed it, and we were kind of just like, what?
Yeah, it was like I'm pretty sure he needs glasses. But the only reason why it's on my list because it's very heavy S&M.
Yeah,
and
pretty much every scene is.
So yeah, I'm good. I like my good S&M scenes, and this is pretty much all throughout the whole entire series. So
yeah,
that's why it's on my new list. And yeah, and again,
yeah, that was actually pretty good, especially if you like S&M stuff.
So yeah.
Oh, excuse me. My old number 4, this one was Bokuan Ototo, the one with the sisters who are like, we can't let our brother be a lolicon for his little sister, so let's use our bodies to change that kind of situation. And then my new one is Masterpiece. That one moved up a couple of slots. Again, primarily just because that second episode where we get basically nothing but the MILF. Also, at the beginning, we get a three-way between the two sisters, where one's dressed as an angel, one's dressed as a devil, and I was like, hell yeah, let's fucking go, heaven and hell and shit. So that was a super enjoyable episode.
Okay. Mine is Living Sex Toy Delivery. That's the one where he gets invited to a party, gets drugged, and they just take him for a semen and then leave him on a train to die. But he escapes, and he goes on this revenge rampage, which I thought was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I just love how it's more. What's that movie? Lucky Number 11, kind of ish.
Lucky Number 7.
If you haven't seen Lucky Number 11, it's actually pretty fucking good. I
actually do recommend that one. That's pretty good.
But yeah, similar like that.
Mm-hmm.
My new number 4 is Kuro Inu. That's the one where I guess this general guy comes through and take out almost every country. You had your Dark Elves.
Yep.
I
remember this one now.
Who else was in there? Dark Elves. I think the majority of them were also humans.
Yeah, primarily. I mean, you get your Dark Elves and elves and humans and stuff like that. You got your pretty run of the mill.
Point is, on every episode, he has he's taken out every female commander, putting it under his thumb, if you want to, or dick or whatever. You get the point. So every episode, he has a new girl, just ravaged and just got the whole countries under his rule. So the story in itself is great.
Mm-hmm.
The sex scene is awesome. I like the first one because I like Dark Elves.
Yep.
That's my thing. They're pretty much the closest thing to the Kogals. However you want to take it, either or. But yeah, that's my new number 4. Kuro Inu.
Nice. Okay, my old number 3 was Welcome to the Forest of Lewd Elves. This has changed on my new list, which I'll explain it there. My new one for number 3 is Megane no Megami, which is basically just the gal glasses one. Guy has glasses fetish.
Okay.
His girlfriend has glasses, so they bang basically whenever she wears them. And then for some reason his sister gets involved. Then he falls for her because she has glasses. And then it's super funny in the second episode. They obviously do all their sex shit again because of the glasses. And then the girlfriend shows up at their house and is like, "Yo, dude, can you teach me how to pleasure my boyfriend more, which is your brother. And she's like, what? I don't have enough experience to teach you. And then the guy comes home, and then it's just all of a sudden she's sucking his dick on the couch, and his sister's like, what are you doing? How long is this gonna last? And it's super funny.
That reminds me, I don't know if you read this or not. Hold on.
Oh God.
It goes on type of the glasses type thing.
Oh God.
Where is it? Where's my? Pretty sure I saved it. Give me a minute. No. Okay. So yeah, it's called Double Helix of her and the older sister. Just every woman is wearing glasses.
Hell yeah.
I believe this is the one where they change. No, that's not it. But yeah, every girl on here is wearing glasses. There's another one. It's not. I know I saved it. But anyway, there's another story, another series, where their personality change, like their personality and their body literally change when they're either add glasses or take them off.
Huh.
So that's a good series.
I'll have to track that or figure out.
I know I could have swore I saved it, but it's on my thing. I don't feel like going through every.
That's fair.
But yeah, but definitely the Double Helix one.
Gotcha.
That's a good read.
Gotcha.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yep.
My number 3 is Viber GTS. That's the one where lonely guy wants to summon demon so he can kill himself later. He just wants one wish, and demon comes up. I'm like, we're gonna bang. After the banging, I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like taking your soul. Goes back. He tries to summon her grin, but this time it's her quote unquote sister. But this goes on another weird love story.
Mm-hmm.
Love story-ish. It's good. It was at the time, early 2000s. It was my go-to, one of my go-tos. Eventually, especially one of the stories was like all demon men has 2 penises.
That's very specific.
Well, no, because there's a scene later on. It's like, no, it was actually the first episode. It's like, put it in my ass. I'm like, what? I can't do both. I'm like, oh yeah, all the demon guys has 2 dicks. And they cut to the guy, and he looks, and it's like a fourth wall break. He like waves them off. It was funny.
That's pretty great.
So yeah. Viper GTS is pretty good in its heyday. But I mean, it's still pretty good. I mean, if you want to make it top 20, it's still there.
Still there, yeah.
Even though I know we're doing old and new, just because we're bumping off these old ones to the new one doesn't mean it's still in the top 20. Anyway, moving on. My new number 3 is Euphoria.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Once again, I know before I like my S&M. This is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
This is pretty good.
Pretty
S&M.
pure S&M, pretty much all the way through.
I mean, again, I'm pretty sure I shouldn't say lack of story. It's just the whole multiple story because it's based off the game, and I kind of liked it how they, what was it, episode 4? They dove through a route and then divided it again.
Yep.
Like they did in episode 1 to 3, depending on what girl you choose. I know we reviewed this.
Yeah, we kind of talk about that more in depth in the episode where we review it. I can't remember which one.
I don't either. But if you want to review, go back and listen to our review on that one. So.
Yep. Kind of cool how they break everything up.
Yeah.
So my old number 2, which I'm actually really sad is no longer on the list. It just nothing happened with the series. Three Pink Lovers. That's the one where, again, it's one of those typical hero shows up from another world, we need your semen kind of shit. The advantage that this one did have is that you had fit dark elf girl, sexy princess, you had two succubus ladies, you had a witch girl who I believe, who's like a spellcaster chick. And then for some reason a lolly was involved. I never understood why she was there. Get her the fuck out, seriously. And I was super looking forward to this series continuing. It's been like probably 3 years and we have no episode 2. I don't see any written adaptations of it. The visual novel that I think exists, which I can't confirm if it does or not, because VNDB doesn't fucking tell me. There's no translation of it anywhere that I can find. I can't even find the Japanese of it. So it's the only reason this is off my list is just because it had great potential and nothing came about it. So I just kind of had to give it up. But the one episode we did get is pretty good. There's something that kind of is hinted in other series, but or not hinted at, but is kind of done in other series. Is when they're at the hot springs, they're like, we all want to sleep with the hero. How do we do that? So they split them into 3. So just the one guy having multiple 3 ways with all the ladies at the same time. So it's pretty good. Damn disappointing we didn't get more. So, and my new number 2, that moved up from the number 3, mostly because we got more episodes. Welcome to the Forest of Lewd Elves. Again, just elf girls. You get your thick ones, you get your dark skin ones, you get your super fit dark skin ones, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah. Is it over now or?
I believe it's over with episode 4.
Okay.
I'm fairly confident in saying that.
Okay. So I was waiting until it was over before watching it entirely.
Yeah, it definitely give it a watch.
Okay. All right. And then basically, my O2 is still my number 2 is JK Bitch No Ni. Sorry,
that's another one where I'm really sad we didn't get more.
Yeah, so am I. JK Bitch Ni Shibori. Anyway,
just look it up, JK Bitch, and you'll pretty much.
But if you look, you guys know my obsession with gals. I can't even explain my obsession with gals. But yeah, if you like gals, this is it. I know I like more cold gals than gals, but this one, these are pretty decent gals.
Yeah, I think they kind of go overboard on the sluttiness of the gals. I think they could have just been like, we're just very flirty and eccentric, and then they kind of get into it. No, these are the gals where it's like...
you're stereotypical.
You're very stereotypical of like, I've slept with a bunch of people kind of shit. In fact, one character's like, I'm trying to sleep with 100 virgins. Will you help me?
Yeah.
I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
And then she changes her mind because, this guy's dick is magical. She's like, I don't want to sleep with 100 virgins. I just want to sleep with this guy 100 times.
Right.
I'm like...
Hey.
It's a very different goal, but sure.
So yeah, check it out if you're into gals.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So my old number 1, still my new number 1, Mankitsu Happening. I gotta keep it on the list. It's so good. It's hilarious with how they explain how all these situations happen to this guy. He has a condition called happening that leads him to these sexual situations with women, and it ruins his life. You actually kind of feel bad for the guy in the beginning because he walks in on people in the bathroom and he's like, it's costed me jobs, it's costed me friends and shit. This is awful. And he's like, this is my last chance to work at this manga cafe. And he's like, okay, there's only one lady that works here. I don't have to be by her. It's fine. And then, of course, another lady joins and he's like, no, so he does what he can to not be by him, and obviously the sex happens.
Right.
It's pretty great. You get the MILF, you get not the little sister lolly trope, but she's the One-chan calling the main character kind of shit all the time. And then you get the idol, who doesn't make any real sense why she walked into the store outside of we needed the idol character, but they end up banging because he sees her in the shower or helps her into the shower and is nice to her, and she's like, oh, no one's ever treated me this way before, and I'm like, I get it. We need like the sex to happen, but
Yeah.
I don't think you're that shallow. But whatever. My favorite is the plot point that happens is a rival manga cafe super chain opens up and she's like, "Ha! I'm gonna ruin this place." And the lady that owns the cafe that we spin the story in is like, "We can use his powers to our advantage here." And so they just have a massive orgy, and she's like, "This place is okay. I'm not gonna close it." I'm like, "So you just need the dick to be okay?"
Yeah.
All right, sure, whatever. I'm not gonna say anything.
Works every time.
Works every time. The dick works every time. So
And
yeah, it's great. It's very hard to not like this. Like
oh yeah,
the series.
There's no.
You'll find something that you like in one of the episodes. We'll put it that way.
And of course, my old one is still number one for me, and it's Bible Black.
Something never change.
No, you can't. There's nothing on here. I mean, I'm still trying to work on a project that revolves around Bible Black right now. I keep putting it off because I'm just writing the script for it is very hard right now.
Okay.
You know,
So
in a funny way.
What I thought you were going to say is I'm trying to chronologically edit all of the series together, which would be fucking cool.
I could probably do it.
Into like one mega movie or something like that. God, how long would that be?
Yeah. I mean, well, wait. Are you talking just sex scenes in general?
No,
or?
just like the entire plot. Like you chronologically cut up all of the episodes and make it into one chronological movie.
Yeah.
That would actually probably be awful.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know how would you do. I mean, yeah, I don't even know how would you do that for a story.
You just have to figure out what happens when and put it all together.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, hopefully I can be able to do that when I can formulate
figure out like just
lines.
get over like writer's block and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Because at first I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I kind of want to do this, and this, and I realize, no, that won't work. But yeah, hopefully that'll come.
Hopefully. That sounds
hopefully.
interesting. I'm going to look forward to that.
But yeah, that's my new top 10. That's our new top 10.
Yep, our new top 10.
So yeah.
Yeah, some changes.
I think I had what?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I think I had 7 changes on mine.
I had 5. 5 are no longer on there, and then some moved up because of new episodes. So.
Yeah, I think
it's pretty interesting. That's pretty good. We'll see what happens in another 15 episodes.
Yeah. All right. On to reviews.
Yep, this episode's reviews.
So our first one is The Last Kunoichi. Again, randomizer sucks.
Randomizer sucks. There's a reason that this one does not have very many views on this website. It's not great. I don't like it that much. It's kind of boring.
It really is. I got lost in it's one of those series where who's that again?
It takes its
where does he work?
Very seriously, but it kind of forgot that people have to watch it and like
jerk off to it.
Not only jerk off to it, but like so like some people get interested in stories. So like you're sitting there in the middle of like jerking off, and then you'll just be like, wait a minute, who are these characters?
Yeah.
Why do I care outside of titties? Like it tries really hard to tell a story, and like from the synopsis, it's like interesting because it's basically like the end of the Tokugawa era comes, and then these characters and ninjas, will they follow their code of honor, or will they escape to another world, or their love for each other and the men that are destined to betray affect their fate. But now a secret command forces them to risk their lives. Their passion will ignite as our story begins. And yeah, honestly, I couldn't really tell you what happens outside of that because it doesn't make a lot of sense, honestly. The scenes I don't think are really that great.
No.
Not even just because of the time it came out, which is early 2000s, I want to say. It's just they're just not great. It's pretty generic stuff that you've seen a bunch of times before. It doesn't really bring anything new to the table.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Even at the time, it really wasn't.
Because I know there was another we reviewed, one that reminded at least me. I don't know about you. Reminded me of Ninja Scroll, but just more sex.
Yeah.
I know we reviewed it.
Yeah, we did, and I think our consensus on it was like, just take out the sex and you would have actually a decent show.
Yeah.
Because the sex is just boring.
Yeah.
It makes me not want to watch.
So, the Last Kunoichi. No.
Yeah, we're kind of glancing over it because it's not good. The plot's not great. Again, the sex scene's pretty boring. Not like super arousing or anything. So, whatever.
I mean, I know there are better hentai in that era, I should say.
Yeah, that time of hentai coming out, there's definitely better.
Next one is Tsun Maid wa Ero Desu.
Someone got paid to make that title.
Someone
Someone got paid to make that.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, apparently an English translation for it is, my cranky maid is very horny.
Yes. So just like the title says, you're dealing with a tsundere maid.
Not only a tsundere maid, a childhood friend tsundere maid.
Which is weird because, like, in the story, it started off, hey, the mother says, hey, can you wake up my son? At the same time, why don't you wear that maid cosplay?
Shout out to the mom in this series. She knew she knew what was gonna happen.
And then what struck me was a dialogue, and it's like, wait, I have a maid fetish, and you're wearing that, and for some odd reason, I forgot how it went, but it's like you're playing into my hand while I'm not really playing into yours.
I'm not doing anything into yours.
So, and it was weird. It's like, I don't feel like playing it, but that dialogue itself did make sense.
Yeah, it was very strange.
So eventually they'd start doing these weird gambling card games where, depending on who wins, does what.
Yeah, but the typical, if you win, I do what you say, and I win, you do what I say kind of shit.
But it doesn't matter because they both win overall because they both got sex.
Yeah, they both get laid, so just fuck from the beginning. I hate these fucking games. It's so stupid.
Yeah. But animation's good if you're into tsundere.
Yeah, tsundere, childhood friend, maids.
I mean, maids, I don't mind. It's just the I hate that personality with a fucking passion.
I know you do.
Except there's an exception. There was two characters to that. One of them was Akane from Ramen One Half, and the other one I can't think of right now, but I know she was one of them.
So must not be that great.
She was, but it's back in the day, so that's why.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I hate those personalities with a fucking.
I respect that. Also, this series is pretty funny because the reason I say the mom knew exactly what she was doing is because at the end of the second episode, the mom comes home, catches them in bed, and and she's like, "Oh, I'll leave the city to you. Welcome to the family. Hell yeah!" And then just leaves.
I was like, did she plan this?
Yeah, 100%. She walks in, she's like, sees her son naked. She's like, "Yeah, I know you're invigorated in the morning, but don't forget to wear clothes and shit." And then he freaks out, and then obviously the girl's laying in bed. She wakes up and she's like, "Oh, hey, good morning." And the mom's like, "Oh, awesome, perfect. I'll leave my son in your hands." And they just fucking leave. It's great.
Yeah. Good comic relief is the porcupine.
Fucking shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah, within the first couple of seconds, porcupine to the face.
Yeah.
It wakes up multiple times actually to the face.
Yep. I kind of feel bad for him. He has to witness some shit.
Yeah. I'm like.
You don't care. He's a fucking porcupine, but whatever.
Next one is Momoiro Milk. Now this series could just straight up. Actually, I think the whole production of Queen Bee production can eat a dick.
Yeah,
I think we should just write off every future
Queen Bee has, what do I say, a pattern to them.
Oh yeah, and that pattern is no animation at all.
A slideshow is, I think, the way we can put it.
Yeah. Because when they talk, I don't even think their mouths are moving.
No, a lot of it is like they intentionally do like an embarrassed face or something like that, so they can just have like red with no eyes and no mouth, so the character can talk, or like the character's off screen or facing away, so they don't have to draw animation that way.
Yeah.
When they're fucking, there's no mouth movement for anything.
And it's cutscene.
Very stilted animation that is very clearly on repeat like 8 times, and then they cut. It's awful. Queen Bee is fucking terrible. I hate them.
Yeah. So I think we should write a note that
just skip all Queen Bee.
Yes.
Which is really sad because like they have some stuff where I'm like, I like the idea. I just wish it was done by anybody else.
Yeah. Right. The story in itself is just, your typical,
it's an anthology one.
Vanilla
Yeah.
stuff. Vanilla's not bad, but for this one, I wish it was just done by a different studio.
Fucking studio. I wish a lot of their stuff was done by a different fucking studio. So yeah, this one being an anthology one, it's, the first one is like a landlord's daughter looks after a sick tenant. Why they're doing that, I don't fucking know. Why is the daughter responsible for that? But whatever, she gets some dick, and that's fine. Yeah. And then the other one is, of course, we get the stepbrother and stepsister are like, maybe we do love each other, and then they bang. It's like, okay, whatever. Not really anything leading up to that. We have no hint that these guys like each other outside of this one episode.
Man, it's a bunch of one-shots.
Yeah, it's a bunch of one-shots, but, like, there's no dialogue, or there's some dialogue, but it's like...
It's ruined by the
animation, which again it's sad because they do have decently written characters and decently written dialogue and some scenes that would be good if there was fucking animation.
Yeah. So maybe this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I can't recommend it. One, because it's an anthology. I kind of don't like those anyway. They're really boring. Because it's like, oh, look, these 2 seconds of character introduction. Let's fuck. It's like, yeah, I know I'm here for, like, the titties and shit, but give me something to work with.
Yeah.
Give me a little invested in the characters or the situation, or make it a dope-ass sex scene that it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, one or the other. Something like that.
Okay, yeah. So.
Yeah, Momoiro Milk and anything, honestly, by Queen Bee, skip.
Yeah, just skip.
It's not good. It's not good.
So, quick rundown. Last Kunoichi, pass. Tsun Maid, Again,
if you're into the Maid.
If you're into, that type of personality.
Want to see a really funny comedic relief with the fucking porcupine, and then the funniest mom in hentai ever.
Yeah. Give it a watch, and then Momoiro Milk, pass.
Anything
on
top of that, anything by Queen Bee, pass.
Just straight up pass.
They're not good.
So yeah, those are reviews. So have you found all the episodes of?
No, I haven't. It's like the last one is in limbo. From what I have not been able to find it.
And it's funny, every time when I see that fucking thing on my feed, I'm like, nobody's commenting on it. There's likes and retweets about it. I'm pretty sure the retweets are from people involved in it.
Oh yeah, I guarantee.
It's like something, but no comments. I'm like, that tells me nobody's watching this.
No one gives a fucking shit.
What I'm excited for is tonight in 4 hours. Roman Reigns is back.
Ooh.
Roman
Nice.
Reigns is fucking back.
Hell yeah.
And you know who's with him?
Who?
Paul Heyman.
No way.
Paul Heyman.
Okay, I might have to watch that.
It is it was funny because this past Friday, I think I don't know who he is, but he's bald. I don't you see him here and there. He had to go to the fun house to get he had to get the Fiend signature, Braun's signature, and Roman's signature. And Vince McMahon was there too.
Fucking Vince.
Vince is awesome.
I know Vince is awesome, but like, God, dude, you're like 87.
Well, I mean, but I'll tell you a little later. But yeah, and then when they got he went to the fun house. He had to dress in like, oh hey, it's Post Pierce. That's his name, Postman Pierce.
Yeah.
It's like he's like freaking out because he didn't want to get attacked by Bray.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh sure, yeah, I'll sign it. Goodbye.
Bye.
And then he went to Strowman, and then who was it? Not Chad. That's not Chad Gable. Whoever trained Daniel Bryan. It's like he took a chair shot to Braun Strowman, threw the chair to Pierce, and ran away. Which is hilarious.
That's pretty good.
And then and finally he got the Roman. It's like, all right, I need to go over this. And then cut to commercial, came back, or match, and then came back. They finally show Roman. I'm like, yeah. I can't remember what he exactly said. It's like he looks over, Pierce is looking at him, pan to fucking Paul Heyman. I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, holy shit. And he's like, believe that. I'm like, oh my god. I can't believe fucking Paul Heyman is now being the advocate of Roman Reigns now.
That's funny. That's really funny.
It is. I'm like, seriously? This guy hired you and the Shield for CM Punk. And then you went on this full fucking tangent about, what year was that? 2017, of him advocating for Brock Lesnar and about beating on Reigns and shit. And now he's this. The only thing I don't want to see is him talking for Raymond like he did for Brock. Because Brock just didn't talk, period.
I don't think Brock knows English.
So hopefully it's not
bench press.
So hopefully that won't happen.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I'm excited for tonight.
That sounds really cool, actually. Not gonna lie.
So I'm excited for that. But
hopefully it's good. It sounds like they're doing a lot of build up for it, so hopefully it's not like a fucking disappointment.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, I've seen a lot of people complain. It's like, why is Roman Reigns getting,
Roman Reigns is like one of the last huge names that they have.
Well, that and
I shouldn't say that. There's other names that are pretty big, but recognizable by the majority of people is what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention he was the number one contender before COVID happened, and then his twins got born. So he's like,
So he's like, you know what? Let's take a break.
I'm like, I'll come back when it's more convenient.
Yep.
In a way. And
he's good. He puts on a good show.
He really does.
He's one of the better ones they've had in the good probably 10 years, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they haven't had good people in the last 10 years, but he's easily one of the best. Jesus. The dog is licking the floor and then sneezing and then going back to licking the floor, and now he's itching himself. And I'm just trying to figure out what's going through this dog's mind.
Dumb shit.
Floor.
But yeah. That's my WWE.
Wrestling rant. Wrestling talk or whatever.
But yeah, okay, so until then, until next episode, thanks again for always listening to us talk about anime titties and a bunch of random other stuff.
Complaining about story and porn.
Yeah, I know.
What, like I said, eventually we'll get to the dojins, which actually the story does matter for those, so.
Oh, I got how many saved?
I know, God, oh man, that's like, I have to actually go through and what are my top 10 for those? Because I have fucking so many.
I know, because every time when I read one, I'm like, do I want to save this? Put it in my favorites.
Yeah, no, that's the issue.
So I can go back and read it. I don't even think I have them up to 10. It's not even. I think it's had 7. or no, 6 and plus 1 shot, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, enough ramblings about what's in my spank bank. Once again, thanks for listening to It's Time to Listen. I am Jarrett.
I'm Matt.
Bye.